Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm Jessica Mitri, and this is the Mitri Exposé, where we are ringing the bells on all things corruption and trying to wake up the masses. I want to give a proper introduction video. So here it is. Hi, I'm Jessica, and it is so great to meet you guys. So, my name is Jessica, and I live in Niagara Falls, and I'll be posting a whole lot of AI content because data centers make us sick. But about me now, I'm 33 currently. I turn 34 in like 2 weeks on July 8th, and I am almost 3 years into my recovery. I am a recovering addict. And I'm probably going to make content in regards just talking about that as well because it affects way more people than you know. And it doesn't matter what you're addicted to. It could be self-harm, recovery, like it's all addiction. We need to heal. We need to learn a new way to live. Anywho, let's talk about me, I guess, even though I'm not really good at it. So I'm brand new to this, okay? And I've been healing for the last 3 years. And I can't stay quiet anymore. And that's why in my profile bios, it says silence is compliance because it is. And specifically, that line resonates with me a lot because let's take America, for example. When we're not out rioting in the streets, they think it's okay. And we have many other countries that are freaking showing us the blueprint, right? To be out in those streets. Honestly, I would be, but I can't be the only one because, like, I am only one person. But that is exactly why I am joining the content creation and not just creating content. Like, let me rewind real quick. So, let me tell you a few creators that you probably know very well that have inspired me to finally use my voice and record because we all got phones. Okay. Let me say that real quick. We all have phones. We can all make videos. We can all research. And shout out to Ian Carroll and his team for making web.io and making things super more like easier to research. You can input all of your files and go nuts. And I absolutely love it. He recently uploaded the Fauci files that Tulsi Gabbard dropped. Not really sure how I feel about it. I kind of feel underwhelmed about it, but nonetheless, they're out there and we'll be deep diving into that soon. But speaking of Ian Carroll, he is one of the people. Actually, one of the first people I heard like have the call to action saying, "Come on, guys! Everyone can research. Everyone can pick up their phone and start recording content. Just post it." So after hearing that, I felt it in my gut, and I've been having this pull towards, using my voice and making content for a year or so now. Like the more I've healed and the more I've gotten secure, not only in my body and my voice, but in my recovery. And then the last couple months, man, I mean, Baron Coleman, Candace Owens, Ian Carroll, Dankster Intel, absolutely love him. Those are the few people right off the top of my head. Oh, Coach Colin. Shout out to Coach Colin. Mama! I'm not even going to get into it. Love it. Love him. Watch him every morning. Anywho, those guys as a cluster, like this is a community of truth and truth seeking and standing up against the patriarchy, if you want to say so, you know? But we've had enough, dude. The Epstein files, dude. Like, let's be serious. There's damning evidence in those files. And our government had the audacity to say otherwise. I'm going to leave it there. I don't want to get striked on my first law firm video. So there's that. There's everything that's going on with, as Coach Collins calls it, Philadelphia and our government. And I need to shout this stuff from the rooftops. And I encourage you guys to do the same. I don't know what I'm doing. Okay. I don't. This is a knockoff lapel mic. I am ordering, a desk podcasting mic. And I'm going to get a little better at this. But another little thing I want to tell you because I think content creation's easy. It's not. It's honestly a lot more than you think it is, at least. Okay. I'm not saying it's hard. It's not labor. Okay. So, for some reason, and my doctors and I are trying to get the answers, and I have an appointment July 1st, but I'm like sick every day, dizzy, vertigo, nausea, headaches, and not migraines, right? Not migraines, very specifically, not migraines. Like I used to have migraines when I was like 14. I used to take medication for it and stuff. And then I ended up being pregnant at 16. And the pregnancy cured my migraines. Super cool what our bodies can do. Anywho, I am sick like every day and pushing through that just with life on life's terms and dealing with my day to day life. I have a 17-year-old daughter. Um, it's tough. And so looking at the screens, I have to have everything on night shift mode where it's like yellowed out, orangey or whatever, and not bright. So these lights, not my best friend, but it's worth it. And financially things have been difficult lately, but I am a fighter. I don't give up. That's just who I am. Recovery, I hit rock bottom before I started recovery and I didn't know I was going to start recovery. So, let's rewind to the beginning a little bit. How I got here, literally here right now, today, this video. About 4 years ago, I moved from the town of Tonawanda out to Niagara Falls and I packed up a few things, a few duffel bags, and my cat Luna. That is my soul cat, my familiar. That is my best friend. I was so suicidal and depressed that she saved my life. She was the only creature. I was so isolated. Like I need you to understand that I was so isolated and self-isolated also through abuse, through my marriage, which is what I left. Almost forgot that part, but that's a main part. That's why I left where I was and came to the falls. And where I lived really wasn't great. And I was there about 11 months. And then I went to the homeless shelter. My family wasn't in my life at the time either, but my mother had messaged me on Instagram, and I haven't, mind you, they weren't my life. My mom or dad or siblings for 6 years because they couldn't, especially my father, he couldn't stand watching me choose my abuser over and over again. And I tried leaving him, seriously tried to leave him a handful of times. And we can get more into these stories. I am an open book, but we're going to try and put this in a nutshell for today. I just want you guys to get to know me. So I was in an abusive marriage and he was very abusive. It was mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually, and financially. Never thought would happen to me. Let me tell you. The manipulation, that stuff happens so slowly over the course of time, and you love this person. And next thing you know, you wake up and you're like, how did I get here? That is literally how it goes. So I'm at that house for about 11 months. I was a roommate and I contact my mom. I'm like, I need to bring Luna to your house because I'm living in a shelter and I don't want my cat there. Obviously, I'm not there. And like I said, Luna's my soul cat. And I would literally, don't hurt my cat. Okay. Because I might have to set down my principles, okay? Because I got those today. I got things worth losing today. Don't make me fight you or worse. Anywho, shelter, 8 months. I stayed clean through it. It was not fun. I found a girl, Mariah, who became my best friend, and I love her. She kept me sane, seriously, motivated, and we did that for each other. She was my first roommate, but I was her last roommate. And, that was almost 3 years ago, and she's like my sister. I am the godmother to her kids, okay? Let me say something real quick, because like, in the darkness, some beautiful things can happen. And life, you gotta grow. There's a saying that says, "You grow through what you go through." And until you, like, go through some you're like, yeah, relatable. I'm actually very grateful for my experience living at the shelter, because it's very humbling, as you can imagine. Now, I didn't grow up rich whatsoever. I grew up low income. And, so I've always known the worth of a dollar and stuff like that, right? And, I thought I had pretty good values, and you get humbled quickly. I lost literally everything to start my life over, to leave that man. And, one night I was coming home from a meeting because I am, very involved in NA, Narcotics Anonymous. I guess, it's not for everybody. A lot of people talk smack about meetings. And I just want to say, maybe you're not ready. Unfortunately, you got to be ready to want to change your life. And until the pain is great enough, are you willing to change? Now, I was so depressed and so suicidal. I had a suicide plan, and it was either give this a shot or the alternate. So I threw everything I had. Now, at my first meeting, there's opening readings, and the one thing it says that there's a new way to live. This is a new way to live, and I was like, sign me up, dude. Like that's I already knew I had to change. I just didn't know what to change. I didn't know how, right? Because when you're in the throes of active addiction, dude, it's tough, and that's all you know. And I've been using something since I was 14 years old, 14 to 31. And I got started around 12, but I was fully addicted to cigarettes and a pothead by 14, drinking on the weekends. The first thing I used, though, was self harm. Now, it's called step work, but you can also call it shadow work. It's literally the same stuff. So I had to go back and heal some things. And I've gone back to my 11-year-old self, because that's really when things went downhill for me. But this has been guys, I'm not depressed anymore. I walked in, like I said, depression, suicidal. Had crippling anxiety. I went to counseling. I did a whole bunch of stuff to get better. And I wake up happy today. I am super sensitive and I'm trying not to cry. Even if current me went back in time to the woman I was at 31 before I got clean and tried telling her that things are actually gonna get better, I would have laughed in her face. I probably would have spit in her face, feeling disrespected because I feel like you were joking, fucking around. Yeah, okay. Tried several medications, I got a lot of depression. I've had it forever. It's not going away. Went away. Now, if I stop doing a lot of the things that I do on a daily basis, like my recovery, I try to be the best person that I can be. I just try to do the next right thing for the right reason. I pray, I meditate, and I had to learn about myself. I had to get a higher power and I had to build a relationship with that higher power. This applies to mental health. You don't have to be an addict. The 12 steps of recovery, first of all, they pulled that from the Bible and AA did it. And then NA was birthed from AA in 1953 because they only talked about alcohol and people that did other things, they wouldn't let you talk about it. And so addicts needed a safe place to go. And now we do openly. We don't got to hide. Um, you know, and having that safe place where you can go and talk about anything, because there's nothing that I can say that someone else hasn't done or said. People are going to relate to you, not laugh at you. And then people are going to hug you after. And I can't explain to you. I'm so sorry. My first meeting ever in life, I was hugged after I walked in the door. I did not know how badly I needed that hug. So I was talking about mental health and the 12 steps. It's just the way you word it, right? You can change them the way they're worded currently in NA. You can change them up a little bit where it's more mental health framed because the steps are you can better your mental health. Trying to figure out the right way to say it. Because you got to heal, right? We have to go back to our pasts, our childhood, whatever traumas we got, whatever has been done to us, what we've done to other people, and we have to let it go. We have to accept it, that it's happened, that we've done it, and that we're not bad people. We are human beings and human beings fall short. Okay. That's okay. Cause listen, if you wake up tomorrow, that means you have another chance to change your life. I first thought I was going to be pulled to making content in that aspect, the recovery space, healing space, spiritual space. Woo! I didn't see this one coming. I'm pretty sure I'm on a few government watch lists now. But oh wow. I've been talking for 17 minutes already. One more thing, because it impacted my life very much so. My best friend, Michael Parkinson, he was literally my brother from another mother. Not blood related, literally, just literally. Keep hearing something. Anyway, Michael, he took his own life and I found him. He hung himself and my entire life went complete different direction that I didn't see coming, you know? That'll change you. The year prior, my blood brother at 34 died from his second heart attack. And then Mike took his life. And then months later, my other best friend, who was also another brother, and like these men were close to my dad as well, but they were my friends, you know, and that's how close I was with them, is that they were close to my father. My father cared about both of them deeply. Rob Kulik was the second one. He died from a heroin overdose. Like when my brother died, I had Mike and Rob. And when Mike died, I had Rob. I couldn't eat. Like, he stayed over. He made sure I was okay. He didn't look like himself at the wake. Like, his family didn't want me to go see him. I went to the wake. Obviously, they wanted me at the wake. They were like, "Don't go up to him. He doesn't look like himself." It was awful. I'm like, "Who did this?" Like, the people that prepare the bodies. I have seen really good, I've gone to some wakes, okay? And they purposely try to make these, your people look good. And he didn't. So that was my first real suicide attempt. Shortly after that, because someone told me to just go join them. And I'm so glad. I slit my wrist. I have a scar. I don't know if you think you can see it. Yeah, right there above the butterfly. That's why I got the butterfly, to symbolize freedom from self-harm. Can't really see the scars, but there's more scars. That's why I have tattoos there. I want to make a difference in the world. I am the embodiment of love, and everything I do it with love. I try to be as selfless as possible, and I'll give someone the shirt off my back. But the one thing I won't do is give you too much of me where I have nothing left, because I've done that once. Learn the lesson. Not a fun lesson to learn, ladies and gentlemen. So I really appreciate you guys for getting this far, if you did. And I'm looking forward to creating content and really taking this channel somewhere. We are in a fight for truth, a fight for America, a fight for humanity at this point. And honestly, I see it and others see it too. That, like, there's they call it the Great Awakening. Yeah, it's a spiritual awakening. Like, and it's not on a deep level. There is a lot of people, Charlie Kirk, definitely his passing had a big impact on bringing people, closer to a higher power. And I genuinely have a love and a passion for this, and I hope you guys found some value. I'm looking forward to I would love to do lives someday. But I'd be nervous. Coach Colin is very inspirational, and Baron, oh my God. I watched Baron blow up before my eyes, and like, I hope I get to meet these men one day, or at least have an interview with them, because they're so fantastic. They're so genuine. And they're the reason why I'm here, like I said earlier in the video. So if you found any value from this video and you want to stick around, I hope you do. Please hit the subscribe button and hit that little bell so you get notified when I make other videos. I am going to be on these AI data centers happening in Western New York, specifically in Tonawanda and Niagara Falls, as I am a local here, and no one is freaking talking about them here. So I guess I'm the one. All right, guys. I'm Jessica Mitri. This is the Mitri Exposé. I love you. Be safe and question everything. See you next time.